Little Nitro.
Stacked.
If James lost, he'd have to eat a dub.
I'm not doing that. Did you see that clip of Deion Sanders?
You don't call Nick Saban Nick. Don't call me Deion.
Let me put some respect on his name. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday. It is the 6th of December, 2022. We are beginning week 14 in the NFL. We have the military game this coming weekend. I believe Air Force versus Navy, or Army versus Navy. I apologize. For the President's Cup. We got the two main men in the building. Producer James running the board. I see he's repping his own brand today. I still ain't never got my cap. And the man of the DF Dub, Wes Washington, enjoying them hogs. How they looking, Wes?
They're down by one. I can't see you on my end. Oh, hey, there you go.
Hey, I was picking on James.
I'm used to it. And then I say
I
something.
don't know what I'm supposed to say, but whatever. Anyway, good to see y'all too.
What's up, man? Listen, is it the Jimmy V? Is it the Jimmy V tournament? Is that what's going on right now? I know there's a lot of big schools that are going to be competing over this weekend.
They call it Jimmy V week, I think.
Jimmy V week. Okay. Lots of people doing fundraising for cancer research. I know that they call it. I think ESPN's talking about begging for dollars. You know, people got to have that research. I know there's a lot of people out there who are, who have suffered from cancer, lost their lives. So thoughts and prayers to all those individuals. If you can donate, do what you can. There's lots of organizations who'll be willing to accept that. I personally would love to shout out St. Jude if you're going to donate. Could be a good place to go do that if you choose to do so. NFL Week 14. OBJ is in Dallas right now. He had a huge standing ovation last night at the Dallas Mavericks game, accompanied with Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. Wes, let me see the reaction, man. What was your thoughts on how well received and the chanting for OBJ there at the, I believe, is it the American Airlines Center in Dallas?
Yes. I think it's pretty cool. It's good recruiting. I don't know why he's hanging out with the defensive guys, but yeah, whatever. You hope that he would come here. Hope that he would help this year. But I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Is he ready to go for this year? And if not, I don't think Dallas is gonna sign him. Oh, and he's already back in Miami, so.
Oh, so they let him walk.
Yeah. No, they didn't let him walk. He's just back in Miami. He's thinking things through. I just don't know if he's going to be ready for this year, and I think that's the whole reason that the Cowboys want him, because they want him for this year. And if he can't play this year, then I don't think they're going to sign.
You don't think that he's ready to go now? Do you think this is a money issue for future years? They only have about a little over $6 million in the cap to get a deal done for this year, which I think that would be suitable for his services. I think the biggest problem is the ongoing years. He's going to want about $20 million, and they got a ton of guys coming up for free agency. I think Schultz is coming up. Pollard's coming up. They can start talking about their 2019 first-round picks, second-round picks with Diggs and with CeeDee Lamb going into their fourth year. So there's a lot of opportunities to get guys signed. We know Micah Parsons is going to have a huge deal when he comes up. I think Zeke Elliott is in his final years of his big deal. There's a lot of questions to be answered there. With this series, I'm sure the cap is going to go up again in the following year, probably around, don't quote me, but it's got to be over 200. I had to say it's got to be over 220 million by the time next year rolls around for the NFL cap. Do you think this is a deal? Do you think OBJ is thinking things over for the future or for this year? What do you kind of see things go? How things go?
I mean, that could be the problem, is that they're not worried about him for the future. They're worried about him. They want him for this year, and so I just don't know if they can do that, because, like you said, they got all these people coming up,
right,
and they just feel like they got to use it now. They got to use it now because they got to get all those people, like you said, coming up in the future and things like that, you know. And OBJ might have got excited because the Rams sign Baker Mayfield. He might
Man,
be
get out of here
LA.
with all that mess. Ain't nobody worried about no Rams with Baker Mayfield. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Baker Mayfield ain't even gonna start over the two backups that are there right now. I'm sorry, but
Why are you going to get him?
Baker Mayfield's done being a starter in this league. He's done. He gonna make money, but he's done being a starter. There's just no way. I'm sorry. Ain't gonna happen.
So why do you claim him?
Because I think they need more insurance, and he's probably the best insurance available. That's the only reason.
I guess.
Or do you want to let him potentially slip to a San Francisco if Brock Purdy gets hurt? Do you want to let him slip to maybe a Seattle? What I mean,
If I'm the other teams, yes, I want Baker Mayfield to be a starting quarterback in San Francisco. Yes.
I don't know, man. I think that with as much firepower as there is in San Francisco, I could be the quarterback, and we probably go win a couple playoff games. That's how much talent. That's how talented that offense is, and the defense we know is ridiculous. That's the number one defense in the NFL right now. The Cowboys close behind.
Baker Mayfield can really mess things up.
I was enjoying those memes with McCaffrey if Baker Mayfield goes over to San Francisco.
And that's the other reason. McCaffrey's definitely going to tell the locker room how this dude's acting. And don't get me wrong, I love Baker Mayfield. I think the dude's a tremendous dude. But at the same time, like, he may not be right for every locker room. And I don't think he's right for the San Francisco locker room. I don't even think he's right for the LA locker room. But they have so much leadership in that locker room. Nobody's going to buck Ramsey. Nobody's going to buck Donald. Nobody's going to buck those kind of guys. So the defense is going to keep things in check for sure, 100%. I forgot Bobby Wagner's over there. There's a lot of alphas on that defense that are going to keep a lot of people in check. So for Baker Mayfield, good by you. I'm pretty sure the Rams are going to have to settle that contract. I got to assume that Carolina kind of gave him a little bit of money towards, but I'm sure they have enough of it at this time. Any other big headlines you're looking at that we kind of want to dabble in before we start getting into next week's picks?
Let's see. Not really. I know the Cowboys did sign a cornerback that nobody knows anything about.
Yep, that seems to be their MO. Cheap.
Yeah. You got to wonder what teams like the Baltimore.
That's what I want to talk about.
Huh?
I want to talk about Baltimore. I want to talk about Lamar. I want to talk about his injury. I want to talk about how he is putting hundreds of millions of dollars on the line for him not getting a contract or sitting out before this year. Because right now, this is what everybody was worried about for him going into the season if he got hurt mid-year. It just happens to be at the final leg of the NFL season. And he has an injury that's going to be week to week. And if there's only 4 more weeks left in the NFL, and if they're not careful, they may slip out and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, and I don't think that owner is like Jerry Jones, where he's going to have sympathy for him getting hurt and missing games and go ahead and pay him anyway, like what they did with Dak.
Well, that was a little bit different of an injury. That was a grotesque, severe, catastrophic injury that Dak had on national television. I'm not saying Baltimore's not a nationally recognized team, but an injury that's going to be week to week is a whole lot different than a leg that's going to have to be reconstructed and put back together when you have a compound fracture. It's just a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if something happens,
right?
I'm saying overall, if something happens, they're not going to give him the money. He's going to be basically done.
And you know what this is going to lead to? This is going to lead to next year doing the same song and dance. They have 1 more year to tag him again, and they're going to tag him.
Why is it so hard? Is it him?
Well, he doesn't have an agent. His family's representing him. He's representing himself, and there's going to be a lot of difficulties to get to the right number. You got to remember, what is the market for the elite quarterbacks? It's around $200 million, and I'm pretty sure Lamar is going to want more than what Deshaun got. That means he's going to. That's just the market, Wes. I'm not saying he deserves it or not deserves it.
Nobody's as stupid as the Browns.
Doesn't matter. It's the market.
Be as stupid as the Browns.
They are. Listen, Kyler already took less money. Aaron Rodgers took 3 years, $150. He got all fully guaranteed. Deshaun's not going to want 3 years. Deshaun's going to want 5 or 6 years, and he's going to want $53 million guaranteed per year. And it ain't going to happen. And so what are you going to do? Are you going to let him walk? Do you let Lamar Jackson walk? Wes.
Oh, Lamar Jackson. I thought you was about Deshaun. I was like, yeah.
No, Lamar.
If I was the Browns, they should have let him walk. But yeah, with the Ravens, I mean, you know, I don't mean to sound like a hater, but yeah, if I'm the Ravens, if he wants that much, I let him walk.
Okay, who do you replace him with?
I mean, you can go with Huntley for now until you find something else. Get something in the draft.
Right, but you're picking so late that you're not going to find a high-end quarterback. I mean, I know Dallas found Dak, but Dallas does business completely differently. You're not going to find a premier individual on the level of Lamar Jackson, especially being that young. Is Lamar even 25 years old? I don't think he is. If he is, he's barely 25. So you have he's already won an MVP. He's in the playoffs habitually. He's got a really good team surrounding him. He's got a decent defense. They just acquired Roquan Smith. They need weapons. Don't get me wrong. They need perimeter weapons. They got
a top receiver.
They got good Rashad Bateman, but Rashad Bateman can't stay on the field.
He'll be 26 in January.
Okay, so
7th.
he's 25.
Yeah.
So he's got another 6 months of 25. I'm just saying, Rashad Bateman can't stay on the field. Duvernay is a decent player. He's not elite. Mark Andrews is an elite tight end, in my opinion. But you got to have people who are going to be able to give downfield threats to Lamar Jackson. And right now, if Lamar's not on the field, I'm sure Tyler Huntley will do just fine in his stead. But Lamar needs more help. And granted, we all know the more money a quarterback takes, the less money there is to pay elite talent.
Yep. But, I mean, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well,
you saying you take?
I think you sign. You figure out what the number is per year that Lamar wants. It's like, Lamar, do you want 50 a year? No. What is it? 55. All right, fine. Let's do 52. He's like, no, 55. I said, look, we'll give you a deal. James, do me a favor. Bring up a calculator. What is 6 years? What is 6 years? 55 million. What is that? 6 years, 55 million.
55 million.
I know the math whiz out there already got the number in their head, yelling it at me.
330.
Okay, 330. So we're way off. So I say give him 330, incentive laced, but you're going to guarantee him 200. So what's 200 million divided by 6? You're going to guarantee 200 over 6.
33.
33 guaranteed a year.
33.
That's what I would do. I'd say 6 years, 330 million, fully guaranteed 200. And so we're talking about incentive base they're going to be heavy on Pro Bowls. They're going to be heavy on All Pros. They're going to be heavy on passing titles. They're going to be heavy on Super Bowls, playoff wins. We're talking about big money incentives to get him to that number. 6 years, 6 years, 200 million, fully guaranteed.
But I mean, if you're Lamar, wouldn't you want to structure it so they can get in more people to help?
You just did.
Are you just basically going to be? I mean, I guess you don't care you get that much money because you're just going to be stealing it because he's going to be in the training room all the time.
But you're not taking into consideration the increase that the cap is going to do every single year. By the time he's in his third or fourth year, and see, you can backload all that money. You don't have to give him 33 every year. You could give him 15 one year, you give him 19 the next, and then 24 after that. You can make him heavy, and then you can do cash over cap. Do the cash over cap where you get 1 year instead of giving him 24 to hit against the cap. Take that money, give him a signing bonus. Now you freed up $20 million. Now the teams who have the money to do that are probably, I think Baltimore would be in that mix. They got enough money to do that with Scott Biscotti's, range of income, and just make it to where these are signing bonuses that don't hit the cap. Say again?
Can it happen now? It's got to happen now. It can't.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen next year. He got hurt this year, and so what is going to happen is they're going to tag him. They got one more tag, and they're going to use it on him next year, and they're going to do the same thing. And hopefully a deal gets done with that cap number, because that tag number next year, James, what's Lamar making this year with his franchise tag? I'll try to look it up too on mine.
But I'm saying, are they going to get him help now? Where does he need the most help at?
The season's over. The most help they need is receiver.
About for next season. For next season,
they're going to have to go into the draft and get talent from there on the perimeter.
So he's making $23 million.
That could be the salary cap.
2022 season on the 5th-year
so
option of his
who
rookie
you
contract.
seeing out there in the draft that can help the Baltimore Ravens?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Really?
Yeah.
But is that the top receiver?
No, that's just the guy who sat out from Ohio State.
And you think he can fall to Baltimore?
Well, you got to think about it. What's going to be heavy in this draft? It's going to be quarterback heavy. It's going to be offensive line heavy and defensive line heavy. The receivers are going to go in the middle of the pack, and that's right where Baltimore is going to land.
I heard you.
I mean, I ain't trying to fight with you, man. I'm just trying to make sure I got all the facts. Shout out to everybody in the chat. S. Sanchez joining in the mix. We appreciate you watching, sir. Thank y'all so much. 756.
Hey, real quick, did you get a chance to check out that Andrew Luck?
I did. I did look a little bit into that piece. Yeah. There was a very well written, eloquently written piece by a journalist who kind of had an opportunity to interview Andrew Luck, and my deduction from that periodical that was kind of came out was, number one, I think all of the CTE information, I think a lot of the brain information, a lot of the technology that was coming out with helmets, trying to make player safety a little bit more in tune with what players are looking for, was part of the decision. I think the other part of the decision, in my interpretation, was Andrew wanted to be a family man. You know, you got to remember, Andrew Luck has been in the professional football world since he was a kid. His dad played for the Oilers and a number of teams. His dad was a huge executive for the World Football League in Europe when Andrew was a kid. Andrew studied at Stanford University. He played high school football in Texas. He married a world-renowned gymnast at Stanford when they were dating, and now they're married. And so I think he wanted to enjoy life with her instead of having to be a burden, because in the professional sports world, your spouse is who is your support system. You know, we can see how tumultuous it can be now with what's going on with Giselle and Tom. Unfortunately, to use that reference because it's new, but I think with Andrew's part, he felt he made enough money. He felt he'd be able to invest his money wisely. He wanted to create a family, and he wanted to be there for his wife on her, different endeavors, and so that he could support her while she supported him while he was at Stanford and into the early years of his career. I mean, we got to remember what happened. What did Indianapolis do when he was a rookie? Do you remember?
I don't.
Yeah, they played in the Super Bowl. And who did they lose to? They lost to, that was the year of Deflategate with Tom Brady and with the Patriots. So he had already accomplished so much. And so right now, I think, or they lost in the AFC Championship game. Maybe that's what it was, AFC Championship game. I'm sorry. But
that makes sense.
I had to think about it for the Midwest. I was waiting for you to correct me, but you were just rooting for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
All right, go ahead. Don't get me started.
I'll just pick on him a little bit. My point being is that I think Andrew felt like he had played enough football in his life and he'd been around the game long enough that he decided to step away in his prime. We saw, here we go, Wes, this will be good for you. You remember when Barry Sanders walked away from the game in the middle of his prime?
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of concept. It's just different because the quarterback position is so much more prolific.
I don't hate guys that have been in the league for a while and, walk away. They made money and it's time to walk away. I definitely don't hate that because I know that football is tough on the body, and I can see it for a lot of guys that have a lot of trouble later in life. I just kind of like, if you're in college, I feel like, well, and you're going to still want to play, I don't understand why you would walk away from a national chance to win a national championship. But then again, I guess everybody's about all the money, man. It's about the money. It's about your brand, protecting your brand.
That's all we got. That's all we got nowadays. I mean, look, we're all repping the brand right now, except for Wes.
What do you mean? Oh, I don't have a brand, I guess, man. My bad.
I need to send you some merch.
I'll send you a cap, Wes. I got an extra one in the trunk.
Yeah, I bet you do have it. I bet you do have an extra one. I bet you it's big enough to fit his head like it would be mine.
I'm just saying, where's my? We don't have a Paul Rodriguez show shirt.
No, not yet. Soon to be coming. That's what they said.
We need to work on that.
Y'all have jobs that y'all are supposed to turn those into me for Christmas. It's y'all's Christmas present to me.
Is what, to come over the logo or come
no
over
concepts? Man, you already forgot.
I
Man, I feel a lot of things. Dude. You have to
Look at these. Look at what I'm working with here, y'all. Look what I'm working with. They done forgot already. Man,
that flu wiped me clean, man.
they didn't hit the reset button on James West. I guess he just forgot because of the ginkgo biloba.
Yeah, hey, we all know I need help.
Did he say
I'm
we?
getting up there. I definitely think somebody's going to have to put me in a home probably in about 10, 15 years.
Bro,
10, 15 years, they're going to put me in a home.
You're in your mid-40s, dude. You're not in your mid-80s. Take it easy, bro. You got a lot of life left to live.
I don't think you understand what's going on. Like, the mind is going quickly.
No. It's just that you listening to too much Genuine. That's what it is, because your mind's telling you no, but your body's telling you something different.
What? That's R. Kelly, isn't it?
Oh, maybe it is R. Kelly. I just don't want to bring up that name, but yeah, I think he was.
Hey, man.
You just here for the people, right? You just here for the people?
I listen to a lot of bad people that have done some bad stuff. I listen to their music and I'm like, what am I going to do? I listen to Kanye. We know he done lost his mind. I mean.
So you're just going to name all the people that are going to be blacklisted, right? I'm just going to stop you right there.
Did you see that they were?
Here you go.
No. Come on. Did you see that they were talking about banning a certain individual's music at UT Austin?
No, I didn't.
For being anti-Semitic. As far as like what that means, I'm not sure.
I don't know. We're gonna have to tell me on your show tomorrow.
Okay.
Shout out to Dark Side of the Mic tomorrow, Wednesdays at what time?
7.
All right. Shameless plug.
Sharp. 7 sharp.
Yeah, right.
I think your boys, the Aggies, use someone's song to get pumped up at a certain time.
What? Wiz Khalifa?
No. You told me you want me to say his name, but
I was just joking. But go ahead.
No, don't the Aggies use a Kanye song to get pumped up?
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure there's everybody. Everybody has something in their closet that somebody could hark on. You know, it's just it's 2022, and you know everybody's everything.
Sensitive.
Y'all said it.
Everybody's he, everyone's him, everyone's her.
All I know is my name's Paul, and that's between y'all. That's all I gotta say. On this show, we just pretty much talk about sports until these two jokers bring up different things.
You know, they got, speaking of different things, you know, they got a sandwich at this place I like to go to in town.
I love how you said that word. You didn't say it like most people.
It's called what? Sandwich?
Sandwich. Yeah. Not a sandwich.
Yeah. It's called Me and Paul is what the sandwich is called.
I'm sure it would be called that. I'm sure it would be. Is it an establishment I probably wouldn't go to?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. All right.
Such a jerk. Is it Me and Paul in reference to Willie Nelson with Lefty and Paul, or is it something?
It probably is. You know me, I don't know all that like old school stuff.
You don't know country music.
No.
Wes does. You know country music, Wes?
I know Willie Nelson from Half Baked.
Not well. I'm more old school country.
Tell him
anything lately. No.
Tell him where so he can make fun of me in the chat. Where's that establishment, James? # no ad.
Lupin Lils.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into a quick break. It is 8:05. We'll get into a break. We'll get back. Give us about 5 minutes. Send you the link. No, thank you. Y'all do that on your own time. You can hit up James. How can they find you on Dark Side?
You can go to. Sorry. Hold on.
Did you forget?
No.
Okay.
You can go to YouTube on Dark Side of the Mic on YouTube or our Facebook page.
YouTube.com/Dark Side of the Mic.
Yeah. I think I had to choose something. I don't know. I need to get my stuff together.
You can search us at youtube.com/at the Paul Rodriguez Show if you want to tune in.
Yeah, or I've been trying, since we're getting a little promo out there. I've been trying to like up my TikTok game, so you can follow me on TikTok on that little link right down there.
If you want to follow the Recon Athlete at TikTok, it's TikTok search Recon Athlete. Follow us there too. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Shout out. We're gonna let's plug them all. If you want,
I don't have any. My social media game is really weak, so maybe I need to work on that.
we know.
You're the king of the selfies, man.
You know what you the king of? He king of Facebook.
Yeah.
He the king of Facebook. That's it. You
Big
bro.
nasty.
Because I'm old, huh?
That's right.
The old Joe.
That's right. All right, guys. 6 minutes. Let's get into a break. We'll tune in to, we got a little graphic. Shout out to James putting that together for the year. It's staying home, ladies and gentlemen. It's just staying home.
I know. I'm never gonna get to wear mine. I blew the season.
You got the playoffs. Playoffs. Playoffs.
The playoffs. Talking about the playoffs.
Welcome back, everybody. It is time to get into the picks for week 13. Producer James has put together a graphic of all the icons, or I shouldn't say icons, but logos of the teams that we picked for the matchups this coming up in week. I have retained the crown. I'm so proud of my co-host. I'm so proud of Wes Washington. Finally, for the first time all year, my guy has finally joined reality and picking the Dallas Cowboys. We'll get to them week by week. We like the Raiders in the matchup Thursday night. We all are on Buffalo. We're all on Cincy. Clean sweep for the Dallas Cowboys over the lowly last placed Houston Texans. Minnesota seems to be king. Wes and I like Tennessee. James likes Jacksonville. It's probably because they start with the letter J. We all like Philly. I think this is a trap game for Philly, Wes. What do you think? I was tempted. I picked Washington last week to take on Philly. You're muted.
Too, but
I was highly tempted. What is it about the Giants that gives you a little bit of – what is it about them that you think is going to give Philly a little bit of difficulty? Is it being at home, or is it maybe Slayton just going off potentially with that defense who's weakened now that Gardner Johnson is out? The safety, the all-pro safety is out for the year with an injury.
For me, it's about the
Salute,
about
sir.
that the Giants run game. If you can get Barkley and Jones making plays with his legs, I think the Giants could be dangerous for the Eagles. But if they can't do that, then it's gonna get ugly.
Do you think the Philadelphia Eagles not secondary, but defense is a little bit suspect? They went out and got two big defensive linemen in free agency with Ndamukong Suh and another player. Do you think that they're worried about the run game as much as how well Dallas runs it? Not only the Giants, but additionally with Washington being their only loss on the year. Do you see maybe a game plan similar to what Washington did, given how weak in the middle Philadelphia can be at times?
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why they're some teams are looking at that, and maybe some teams, maybe that's why they're excited about getting back some linemen. Yeah. So maybe that they can have a better push up that middle and not really to that outside and try to attack that middle of defense. But I know if you're playing Philly, you don't want to get into where you got to pass the ball.
No.
It's the same with the Cowboys because they really do have a good pass rush with those guys on the outside with Sweat and I forget the other guy. But yeah, that But hey, it's the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
You know that they all want to win. I mean, there's nothing better than beating a team from the NFC East when you're a team in the NFC East.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, Philly fans want that game Christmas Eve more than anything. They want that almost as bad as they want to go back to the Super Bowl because it's been a while since they've beaten the Cowboys. Beating Dak, since they've beaten Dak.
Yeah, these next 2 weeks are going to be potentially could be trap games for Philly because they may be circling that Christmas Eve matchup with the Dallas Cowboys, possibly in prime time in Dallas. It could be for the divisional lead. Just depends if Philadelphia can go unscathed the next 2 weeks before they do meet the Dallas Cowboys. Moving on, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh, so does James. Wes likes Baltimore. What it is, Wes? What's giving you the edge to Baltimore in this matchup?
The quarterback. I like Tyler Huntley more than I like who is it? Prickett?
Yep.
Pritchett. What's his name?
Prickett.
For Prickett?
Yep.
Yeah, I like Huntley better than that. I think Huntley he can't do everything Lamar Jackson can do, but I think he can do some things like that, and I think they don't have to change the offense for Baltimore too much. But to me with that game, it was really a flip it, and I gave the edge to the other quarterback.
I want to see Najee Harris do grown man things again this week and just literally pile drive defensive backs into the ground. That stiff arm was just absolute domination that he did last week against the Atlanta Falcons.
They had some nice running backs over there in Pittsburgh. I barely saw the Pittsburgh Steelers for the first time this season. That's like seen highlights and stuff, but I watched the game last what was it, Sunday or Monday?
Okay.
I think it was Monday because I was sick, and so I was just laying there dead, and I had the TV on, and so I was checking them out.
That's surprising you bring that up because you picked the Steelers quite a few times this year. You've been on them, so I was just kind of, now that you said that you kind of watched the full game of theirs, it's a little, I guess you're into those highlights. Let's get how you getting your intel.
I mean, I watched the Packers, and then I watched Dallas because
The house.
yeah, the house, and then other than that, I just
Everybody
watched,
watches Dallas, buddy.
yeah, especially you.
Yeah, we know Wes. We know you watch them.
I'm just saying, who's the most watched team in the NFL?
Probably Dallas.
Exactly. Go ahead.
But
Go ahead, James.
yeah. Other than that, I just watch what is it? NFL Red Zone.
Red Zone. Yeah, Red Zone's a good tool to
Very
watch.
fantasy friendly.
Yeah, we know
That
Wes.
was a great.
We know Wes
great
likes to watch
invention.
the Dallas Cowboys because he wants to see them win, but he hates to see them lose, even though when he picks against them. All right. Sometimes you just got to do a little cheerleading, You got to love to see it, love to watch it. I mean, I'm just saying.
It looks
So
like
yeah,
that
shout out to
cheerleader
the
was.
Red Zone, man. That was a great invention, wasn't it?
It looks like
Red
that
Zone.
cheerleader's like looking up at him, right?
She's following his lead, bro. She's got to know when it's time to cheer so she can put her pom-poms up.
He's a head cheerleader.
I'm just
All
saying.
right, we've seen it. Jeez.
I synced it. Kansas City got flexed out of the primetime matchup for Sunday. Miami and the Chargers got flexed back in, so that's why we see a little bit of a change up. We all like KC. Wes and I like San Fran. Tell me about it, James. What about Tampa Bay is getting you to pick over the number one defense in the NFL?
Brady.
That old man,
Brady, yeah. And who's gonna be quarterback for
Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Killer Brock Purdy.
From
Yeah,
that's the one from
Iowa
Iowa
State.
I paused a little bit.
Ames, Iowa. Killer. Dude's a killer.
All right, I'm just trying to make up some ground here. I gotta go against the grain in a couple of these, so
So does West, but apparently he's not doing it.
he's dug himself that hole all
Well,
season.
It's his fault.
It's his fault.
Talk to
What?
me.
Are we the exact same?
Yes, you and I are the
No, we got
exact
one
same.
different.
They're the same, except for one.
We got one different.
Yeah, but you have
Yeah.
a huge lead to overcome.
I already know I'm done for the season, but I don't want to get caught.
He could be up by. He could be
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? He doesn't want to get caught. You better hope, sir, because James took quite a few different games. You better hope. You better.
You know it's worse losing to James than it is to you.
Dang, what you trying to say, bro? Your football IQ
don't
a
know, man.
little hurt.
It's all right. I'm gonna get him.
Football IQ a little hurt. All right, we got a little run for second. I like to see.
No, it's just the way after you lose the James, the look on his face.
You know what?
I don't know what it is.
You know what? He's right, James. He's right because of the fantasy. You dominated him this whole year, and then he took another L this past week. Actually, both of y'all did. I didn't. I'm just gonna put it out there like
I
that.
didn't take an L.
You didn't take an L.
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
In Recon Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well then
Me
just
and-
shout out to you.
Let me
But
check.
me and James head up though. I won.
Yeah, I think he beat me. He beat me one game.
Yeah, but you're ahead overall.
Oh yeah,
Right,
for sure, for sure.
Getting back into the mix, Carolina.
Oh, I did lose.
I know you lost, but you didn't believe me. Carolina at Seattle. Sam Darnold probably gonna be at the helm. Maybe PJ Walker. We all like. I'm sorry, but I'm having to draft Geno Smith. Not draft, but pick him off waivers. I like Geno Smith. I think he is going to tear it up in the rest of the season, and then the playoffs. He could be a problem for anybody into that first round. We all like Miami except James. He's on the Chargers.
No.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Okay. Cam Akers. What about it?
I mean, Justin Herbert.
Not Cam Akers. Cam Eckler.
Yeah, I was like, what? Is what's his name? Mike Williams? Is he still hurt?
He's
or
supposed to
what?
play.
Man, that guy, dude. He's been on my fantasy team like the past 2 years, and
You
he's
never
just
picked up
like-
Garrett Everett, the tight end?
No.
Should have picked him up. Oh, yeah, I did. That's right. Sorry. Miami showed out a little bit on Sunday with San Francisco, but I think there's too much firepower on that team for the Chargers to keep up with. And we all like Bill Belichick for over Arizona. Is that right?
Bill Belichick?
No chance in hell. No chance in hell for Kyler Murray and COD, right?
No.
Well, it just seems like they're not a team. Seems like they're
New
just
Call
a lot
of
of.
Duty's out. I mean, he's got other priorities.
D-Hop is going to go off, though. He always does. Doesn't matter who
What
the
happened to
quarterback is.
Hollywood Brown? He got put on
got hurt.
IR at the beginning of the season,
He's
and
hurt.
he just like disappeared.
He's glass, bro. Why do you think they traded him out of Baltimore? He's glass. I hate to say it.
Makes sense. I see it now.
But D-Hop, Nuke's going to go off. He needs to get traded to, like,
Yeah.
LA.
Somebody's got. I think he's got years left in him, and I think if he gets with a quarterback, dude, he can do something.
Aaron Rodgers.
So I mean,
man, if him and Aaron got together,
Dallas,
if him and Aaron got together, him and who else? I could see him in New England with Mac Jones. They could turn Mac Jones' career around.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a good one. Is there anybody that could go to Denver that will legit
Denver?
help out Russell Wilson? Like,
Yes. It's a running back. It's any running back.
Oh, it's just a good running back.
And
in
he
general?
probably needs a couple of interior offensive linemen. Yeah. That's what it is. He
You don't think he's just washed up?
who?
Russell
Was never Russell. The only reason Russell Wilson is dangerous, Mr. Unlimited.
I mean, you still got to make the plays.
Bro, no. He doesn't have a running game. They cut Melvin Gordon. They cut PL Lindley. They have no running game. And so for me, if he had a running game, he would be able to play action, recapture the years in Seattle when he had beast mode. He had Marshawn. That's his biggest problem. He doesn't have a running game. If he did, he could scramble, extend the pocket, get out, make throws down the field. How do you get traded and you had Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf? How do you get traded? And Jacoby Brissett is putting up 20 fantasy points a week. Well, so was Russell back when he was with Seattle. So is it the quarterback or is it the players? It's the quarterback. I'm just saying, man. You got a number one and a number two in Seattle. And in my opinion, in Denver, he's got two number ones with Sutton and with Jerry Jeudy. He's got two number ones.
Do you think that maybe, just maybe, the Denver Broncos are tanking so they can get a great running back, maybe to do that in Texas? And, I think that might be the plan because Russell Wilson looks so bad.
He looks horrible.
Yeah, he looks horrible.
He looks horrible.
So do you not think they're tanking? And they told Russell about it. Maybe they told everybody else about it.
Nah,
And
man.
they're in on it, and then they're trying to get the top running back and switch it, change it all around.
Let me just look at something real quick. I want to see is I want this thing to tell me the draft position. So I'm going to look at the order of the NFL on their records. So give me 1 second.
Wes, what if they're just like playing a big joke on Russell Wilson? They're like, we know it's your, your first year in Denver, and they're just like, they're tanking without telling them, like you said.
I don't know. I think he's in on it. I don't think maybe they didn't tell the rest of the team. Dude, he's looked terrible.
They have the third or second overall pick, right? If the draft was today, they'd have the second or third overall pick.
Who's the first? Houston?
Yeah, Houston.
Oh man, they're so
Yeah,
trash.
Houston.
But I mean,
And Houston
they would
doesn't
have to
need a running
trade
back. They got Damian Pierce.
because I think Houston would take him.
Who was that?
Would Houston take Bijan?
No,
gonna
because
be-
they already
who's gonna-
they drafted Damian Pierce last year. That dude is going to be an all-pro running back, Damian Pierce. They don't need a running back. They need a quarterback.
So I mean, you gonna go with Brian? Or you gonna go with what quarterback would you go with
Me?
if you don't know? Yeah.
If I have the number one overall pick and I'm Houston, CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Easy. CJ Stroud. Easy.
So you're not gonna go with the defensive player. You're not gonna go with the.
CJ Stroud. You cannot win in the NFL unless you have a
But you gotta
premier
go-
quarterback.
But can they protect him?
CJ
They've
Stroud.
done this before. This is why this man. I mean, it's kind of why he's in Cleveland.
Listen, if Houston, if I was the GM, in Houston, I would take CJ Stroud. My second and third round picks, whatever I have, I don't know what they have, but whatever, I would assess what they have, and I'm picking my first 3 picks. It's quarterback, offensive lineman, offensive lineman. That's what we're starting with, because you already got the running back and you got Cooks. You got a running back and you got a number 1 receiver. You need a quarterback. And as soon as you do that, then you can start filling in your gaps. But you need, I agree with you. You need to protect. And then you got to figure out how to get, I mean, you might as well pump. I would test the waters with Dallas, and I'd be saying, what is it going to get to take Tyron Smith to come over here for a couple of years? Give me Tyron Smith for a couple of years. Y'all got Tyler Smith in Dallas? Let us get Tyron. He's at the end of his career. We'll give him a nice payday. He'll be a stopgap for until we can draft a left tackle and get a pillar there for the offensive line. That's what I would do.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you can take a chance, but I mean, obviously, they can't give up a lot to get him. So I mean, but I guess if you're Dallas, you got to take pretty much what you get, huh?
What would you think he'd be worth? I'll tell you what I think he'd be worth. Tyron Smith, for his contract, give me a 3rd round pick, and I'll let you take his contract. Because think about how much money you're going to free up in cap space. That's what they did with Amari Cooper. Why did Dallas only get a 5th round pick for Amari Cooper? Because they dropped $20 million off the cap. That's why. It was a financial move. It was not to get assets. And think about this. Hey, Wes, tell me this. 33 Clark for Dallas. When was he drafted? What round?
I couldn't tell you. Sorry.
5th round. How about 26 Sheldon, the guy who had 2 interceptions Sunday night? What round was he picked in?
You talking about Blanche?
Blanche. Yeah. What round was he?
Dude.
What round was he picked in? The 5th
I
round.
can tell you.
The 5th round. So those assets that you got for Amari Cooper turned around and produced 2 starters, and you have, what is it, Blanche? Bland. Okay. Yeah. The DB, 26, coming off the bench. 5th round pick. Clark, starting middle linebacker.
No, it's a lot of young guys doing well, dude. I mean, you had Hooker doing well. There's guys playing well, but then still, they're not playing anybody, so we won't talk about that.
Bro, they ain't playing nobody. They played the number 1 team in the NFL. What was the score, Wes?
Who's the number 1 team?
Philly. What was the score?
All right. We know what happened against Philly. We had in Cooper Rush. He turned it over, but other than that, the defense pretty much held him. We get it, but let's go on. We were talking about something else.
This guy, he over here. You over here want to do 35 West when it's convenient for you to talk about Dallas Cowboys. Now I'm trying to get you to give a little bit of respect to the Dallas Cowboys, and you over here ain't about that life. What's wrong with you, sir?
Yeah, that's what I see you trying to walk me into. I see what you're trying to walk me into. You're trying to say that, I think they could do something. Stop.
Hey, you know what? Baby steps, James. You know, we got him to get on board this week with Houston. Next week, who do they play? Who next week, Wes? Who they play week 15?
Of course, I got to pick them against the Texans. I mean, they're literally the worst team in the league. Come on.
We saw you pick them. We saw you pick Detroit over Dallas. So, hey, I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey,
Detroit only had 3 wins.
Detroit took the Eagles to. Did y'all not say Detroit took the Eagles almost to the who's the best team in the league, right? And they had Dallas in the first half. You know, had them pretty in check, but the defense kind of took over and made some plays. So don't hate on my Detroit pick.
Let me tell you what I'm going to hate on. I'm going to hate on the fact that you brought up the Eagles going toe-to-toe with Philadelphia when nobody knew who Jalen Hurts was going to be this year. Before Philadelphia could establish who they were, and Detroit played at home. So I don't really understand what you were trying to make the point there. You were just saying that they went toe-to-toe with them. Okay, fine. But that was week 1. That Philly team ain't the same Philly team now, and that Detroit team ain't the same Detroit team now. And my point is, I think they're both a little better than they were in the beginning of the year, but you can't just like blindly say Detroit can compete with the number 1 team in the NFL. I just don't see that happening.
They did.
Okay, that's like saying Dallas could whip the shit out of Philadelphia because Philadelphia could only beat Indianapolis by 1 point, and Dallas put up 54 points on them, on Indianapolis. That doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense.
Detroit has looked good in some games. They just can't really finish.
Well,
they're playing people tough.
Do they play 3 quarters or do they play 4 quarters?
Oh man, this freaking guy. Dude, am I not the one that picked the Eagles to win the NFC East at the beginning of the season?
They have a good shot to do that for sure. Yes, you were. You were the one.
Yeah.
But who picked the Super Bowl? Who picked the Super Bowl representatives for the NFC and AFC last year when the season ended?
Wasn't me.
I did. Anybody remember who I picked?
Bills.
And who else?
Dallas.
And Dallas. Okay. You're crazy. That's not gonna happen. How you like me now?
Dude, I mean, are you still confident in your choices?
100%. 100%. Have y'all not looked at the power rankings for week 14? Top 4 teams, Bills and Dallas in the top 4 power rankings.
Wow. Who they beat?
You know what? It doesn't matter, Wes. It doesn't matter how. It's just that they're there. It doesn't matter. Because there's nothing I could tell you to where you would believe it. There's nothing.
But those don't mean anything. They really don't.
Okay.
Because those dudes, they don't know what they're talking about.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense, Wes. It's like an atom. It's like an atom. Do we understand? I don't understand what an atom does. I don't understand what an atom is, but I know it exists.
The atoms is the makeup of stuff, isn't it?
You stop right there, bro.
What is an atom? I don't know. What is an atom? I thought it was the makeup of stuff.
That's matter, but yes.
All right. Okay.
8:39.
I thought Adam was the college they went to in Revenge of the Nerds.
Maybe. I don't remember that movie. I remember
Revenge of the Nerds?
I remember
Great movie.
Porky's is what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, Porky's good. I love Porky's, but Revenge of the Nerds, the first one. The first Revenge of the Nerds.
The original.
After that,
yeah.
The original is a great movie. We have a lot. Me and my friends have repeated a lot of lines from that movie.
James?
Y'all were just talking about old school TV.
I thought you were gonna tell me what an atom was, or you were gonna tell me.
Well, I mean, he said science. It just had me thinking about Weird Science. Y'all ever watch that?
Which the TV show or the movie?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Weird Science.
Oh, Weird Science, one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was good.
Whew.
Y'all are TV nerds. Y'all are pop culture nerds.
Come on, man.
Whatever, man. Sorry, I like a good movie. There's just good stuff, dude. There's a lot of good one-liners. You got your boy Bill Paxton in it. He's the older brother. He was in it. And what's her name? Kelly, was it Kelly LeBlanc? She was hot. Woo, that accent.
Hey, so 2021 last year, week 14 in the NFL, Dallas Cowboys were actually ranked number 9 in power rankings.
Okay.
We had the LA Rams at number 7. Chiefs were 5. Wait, am I reading this right? It says Pats were 4.
There's no way.
No, right? Okay. Well, it's
Maybe.
December 13th. Yeah.
Maybe.
And it had Green Bay Packers at number 1 when Aaron Rodgers said he owns the Bears, and they were sitting at 10-3. Oh, what a year makes!
Who's 10-3 right now? Who's 10-3 right now, James?
Nobody.
I'm in last year for research purposes.
Wait, Wes, who's 10-3 right now?
They should be better than 10-3. if
Who's
they were a
10
good team.
Who's 10-3 right now,
I
Wes?
thought they were 9-3.
Who's
Oh,
10-3?
they're 10.
They're 10-3.
They're 10.
You sure?
100%.
100%.
100%. They could have a bye. They could have a bye.
You said 100%.
They could have a bye. I forgot about that. They could have a bye.
Yeah, they had a bye.
So they're 9-3.
Okay.
Well, they should have this should be a bye week coming up against the Texans. They're terrible. Watch them lose, dude.
So
The Texans are
better
terrible.
hope.
Watch
So
them
I just
lose.
want to let everybody know, it's a basic unit of chemical element.
Oh, we're still on that?
That's an atom. Thank you, Wes. You're welcome. $8:40. Let's get into a break. When we come back, we'll get off the rails. You saw the graphic. It was fun. I don't know who this dude is over here. What does it say? I didn't stop there. I'll just put it that way. I didn't stop there. Anyways, getting back to it. 8:40. We'll get into a break when we come back. We'll get off the rails a little bit. Have a good evening for those who are leaving.
Are we on the rails now?
We're fixing to when we come back, Wes.
Big man, in what I'm doing,
Got a new ornament, ladies and gentlemen. How do you like it? I'm sure it's gonna be fun. It's gonna piss off some people, but you know, that's what we do here. We like to piss people off. Not really, kind of. Only Wes. Wes, how you doing, man? You all right? You okay, buddy? You there? You with us? Is he there?
Man,
I can't hear you.
I don't make anybody mad. Come on, bro. Don't
No,
do
I
that.
said I do that. I did. Me. I do.
Yeah, but you said Wes likes to make people mad.
No. I like to make Wes mad. If I said it the other way, I'm sorry. I meant to say I like to make you mad.
Why would you like to make me mad, man? That's just disrespectful.
I know. It's life. It's the facts of life, you know? Like Tootie.
But you know what? You can't make me mad, dude. I'm too cool and just too well, whatever, dude.
Hey, have you listened to Kid Cudi lately?
Who?
Kid Cudi. Wiz Khalifa?
I don't know who that is.
Cypress Hill, maybe?
Cypress Hill?
How about
What's
Willie
the
Nelson?
Cypress Hill?
What about Snoop D-O-double-G? Snoop Dogg.
I listen to Snoop. Yeah.
Cool. Y'all have a lot of things in common, I think.
Me and Snoop or Kid Cudi?
All of them.
Devin the dude.
Oh.
I'm trying to get into that
was the
conversation
dude?
again.
I don't know. I listen to a lot of those guys. I'm more of a Wu-Tang guy. I listen to a lot of Wu-Tang.
Speaking of Wu-Tang,
Wu-Tang,
I saw a photo on your Facebook scroll or your Facebook feed. You took a picture. You found a picture of a Wu-Tang Dallas Cowboy cap.
the guy that was sitting right in front of me, he had a Dallas Cowboy Wu-Tang hat, and then also he had a sweatshirt on. I guess I didn't send out the sweatshirt, but it was a Dallas Cowboy sweatshirt, and it had Dallas on the back, and it had 36, for the 36 chambers.
Cool.
And I was like, this dude was probably like, this dude is bugging the shit out of me or whatever. But I found the website. Sorry, I ordered them.
Oh, really? You found it?
Yeah.
That's
So-
sweet, dude.
I figured you would have just kicked his ass and stole it.
I figured that would have just been like a one-off thing. Look, man, that's not Damon. Damon would have done that for sure, but not Wes. Wes would never do that. Hate.
But
hate.
I tell him because he was probably like 5'9", 5'10" or whatever, slim guy or whatever. And so I was like, man, you better be lucky you ain't my size on the sweatshirt. I was like, man, I want that sweatshirt.
So that's what
But
you were digging more
we're
was
cool.
the sweatshirt than the cap?
Huh?
You thought you liked the sweatshirt more than the cap?
No, I like them both. Great. I love them both. I mean, I want them both.
Man, he's
I
different.
don't know which one I want more, but I want them both.
He got a little, riled up because I made a joke about him wanting to, beat this guy up and take his stuff, and then he proceeds to make a joke about beating this guy up and
If
taking
he wasn't
his
his size, if he was his size, he probably would have done it. How ironic is that?
It was a joke. I became friends with the guy. I even bought him a drink. So stop it, man. It was a joke.
That's more than you've ever done for me, man.
When have I seen you?
Y'all go ahead, guys. I'm here. Y'all go ahead.
It's time to get off the rails, boys. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Any topics y'all are wanting to get into before I get into mine? James?
Google's listening.
Google is listening.
So I have nothing.
Google is listening. I figured out last night, very unfortunately, that Google was listening to us. We are on their platform, so maybe it works out that kind of way. But the accounts are different, right? But they're married, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember yesterday we were talking about the new Netflix show Wednesday? Well, after the show, I went to watch YouTube, and it was just covered wall to wall with that show. Kind of weird. And y'all watched
never noticed that.
You didn't notice what?
I never noticed that because maybe I don't go on Google a lot.
Maybe you don't go on YouTube a lot.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah.
The only time I think I really go on YouTube is for the show. Should I?
Because of Facebook.
World Cup, are y'all still watching that or what?
Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this guy over here. Don't listen to this
Just
guy.
asking.
Yes, I'm still watching the World Cup. The Americans lost last Saturday, so it hurt me. And then my second team that I root for,
I'm not.
they got knocked out today, so I'm a little sensitive about that. I'm a little sore, you know. Meanwhile, I got to listen to everybody talk about Ronaldo and Messi meeting in the final. Whatever, Piers Morgan. Do you watch the World Cup, James?
I do not, but
Obviously, Wes doesn't either. So.
my kids randomly picked up FIFA and now play it on PlayStation.
Sure, y'all want none. You don't want no FIFA.
Oh, dude, you don't want none.
Yeah, so they're there playing and they're you know, I hear them, they're like Cristiano Ronaldo, and apparently there's this meme going around that they picked up on YouTube or whatever. And
Which one?
I don't know. Well, actually, there's a streamer, and I don't know if he met Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's like a famous streamer, and he was. They can be so annoying sometimes, but they were just saying that dude's name over and over, and I was like, dude, y'all gotta chill on that shit, dude.
What, did they say his whole name or just his last name?
Yeah, they say his whole name.
Yeah.
They're literally like playing. They're like Cristiano Ronaldo, and then when they make a goal, the guy on the mic or whatever, he's like Cristiano Ronaldo, and dude. Now I'm guilty of it because I said that guy's name
I'm
like
refusing
4 or
to say
5
it.
times.
Yeah, I'm refusing to say it because I know it's gonna be like a trigger. I'm like, I'm not gonna say it.
Also, they were telling me that their teacher was showing them the World Cup like in school, like at the junior high and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, y'all watching the World Cup, and I was just joking. They're like, yeah, our teachers put it on, and then apparently they banned it.
Why?
That they couldn't watch it. I don't know, because I feel like the teachers they were saying that there were like teachers going out and like screaming in the hallways whenever like America would score a goal or.
What? That's the right thing you need
You're
to
in
do.
school.
This
Do
is
they do
the
that for
world,
baseball?
This is the World Cup.
It's sports, regardless.
This is the World Cup.
It's sports, regardless.
It only happens every 4 years for the men and every 4 years for the women. It's the World Cup. Look, man, if you want
I
to
was cheering for sports, dude.
you got to cheer for sports. Look,
I'm not.
Take a look at Wes. Look what he did on the world stage. The world. Clap hands, y'all. Clap hands. He was leading the cheerleaders in their pom-pom raisings as the Dallas Cowboys matriculated down the field and converted in the end zone. He is the reason for the success for the mighty Dallas Cowboys and their continuing rise of power to the echelon of elites in the NFL. It is you, sir.
Yeah,
you are the catalyst. You are the motivation. You are the reason that the players for the Dallas Cowboys do and sacrifice what they will for the betterment of their teams and at the will of Jerry Jones.
That clip goes away after this year. It's in my contract. No more of that clip.
Hey, I'm gonna need that contract because I don't have it on record. I'm gonna need it. Go ahead and fax it over.
I got it. All right.
Fax it over to the HQ.
My agent, lawyer, they'll send it over.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for
The
it.
clip is done though after this year.
Yeah, we'll wait for it.
No, the clip is getting better after this year.
You better be lucky.
I'm gonna
we
make
don't
an edit.
add. You better be lucky we don't add to that clip.
Now you got me avoiding cameras if I go to a game. You know, I got to sit down. And be quiet.
I'm sure you are going to avoid a camera. That's like me trying to avoid a buffet. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Tell him Sanchez.
Oh, y'all are crazy.
Tell him S. Sanchez. It brings the subs. West brings the subs, which is kind of true.
I did get asked a few times if I was famous the other night at the game.
You mean like every day?
Yeah.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be on the field?
Do you play basketball? Do you play football?
Nobody asks me if I play basketball anymore. That's what makes me angry.
Some people ask me if I'm a coach. Sometimes, like if I'm wearing like jeans and a hoodie, Like I used to have this really good, nice Texas State hoodie. They're like, "Are you a coach?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh, okay."
See, that's a lot better for me. I want to hear that.
I never get stopped and asked anything.
They're just like, "Oh, you're the guy from that podcast, right? You're famous.
That I do get.
You're famous, bro.
I'm not.
You're locally famous. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You go to restaurant. Oh no, it is. You go to certain stores. You go to certain grocery stores. And you're like, oh, that's that guy. That's that guy.
Come hang out with me. I can make you famous, James. Give me a week. Come hang out with me.
Sus.
Yeah, that is very sus.
Sus. Cochinos. All right, guys. Christmas is in a few weeks. I think we got 3 weeks until out. Everybody got their everything ready to go. I know we got the trees up. We all done with the shopping or what?
Oh,
We know Wes is going to do a last-minute Target run and
Yeah.
leave the bag in the frame. So I'm waiting for the Target bag to show up in your shot, Wes. Let me know when it does. We'll zoom in on it.
your boss's annual gifts.
Man, I'm not buying my boss anything this year.
Why not?
Wow.
My gifts were not well received. I think because I basically only gifts I bought were for my boss and his family.
Yeah.
The only one that liked it was probably the baby and the mom.
The baby, because they didn't have a choice.
Well, how old is the baby?
The baby at that time was less than 1 year old.
So they were a baby.
They didn't have a choice but to like it. What was
She
it?
literally had no choice. And then the mom, she did the same thing, but everybody else pretty much sent back their gifts.
So what did you buy them?
They sent them back? What do you mean?
All right, yeah, they traded them in. Yes.
They traded them.
So
got
my
it from
boss
Target.
told me he was a Whitney Houston fan, so I'm like, all right, dude, I got him a Whitney Houston T-shirt.
You got a grown man a Whitney Houston shirt?
I wear a Whitney Houston T-shirt. Say something about it.
What does it look like?
Are you going to her concert? Are you going to like
It was the face of Whitney Houston, and it said Whitney Houston.
Is it black?
It was black, yes.
Okay.
But what is that? Where would you wear that to? Just curious.
I'd wear it anywhere.
Well, then why do you have it?
You wear it to the gym?
Why? I wear it to the gym.
All right, I can
Somebody
see
come
that.
say something.
I can see that.
Let somebody come say something.
I can see
It's
that.
Whitney Houston, dude. If you can't, sorry, dude. You're talking about one of the most beautiful sounding, beautiful looking women in R&B. How you gonna hate? I'm sorry, I got a little soul. Don't hate, man. I could like Whitney Houston. Hey, dude, I don't care if I like that person, I'll wear it. I'll wear some Fleetwood Mac. I'll wear Elton John. Say something to me.
Lead singer of Fleetwood Mac. What's her name?
You don't even
Stevie
know.
Nicks.
You don't even know, bro. You don't even
It's
know.
not Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
It is.
Dude, really?
Man, these off the rails have gotten real PG lately.
I'm getting invited for
I
drinks in the
listen to
chat now.
Fleetwood Mac.
Now I feel like I've made it.
Oh, get out of here, bro.
Would you advise against that or?
No, you would have a good time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'd have a good time.
I just had plans after this was when we're supposed to start that Netflix show.
That's not happening today. That means like in the future.
Oh, okay.
Come on, bro.
I'm a now kind of guy. I'm like, okay.
We know you're spontaneous,
Yeah.
but
They're
not.
What's the Netflix show?
well, they are. But
Wednesday.
yeah, Wednesday.
You're doing a Netflix show?
No, watching one.
They're gonna begin the series.
Yeah.
Begin to watch the series.
Which one?
Wednesday.
It's called Wednesday.
Oh. I was like, what are y'all doing Wednesday? Watching Wednesday. So what do you do? What are you doing on Wednesday? My bad.
This
I told
guy.
you, dog. I'm gonna be in a home soon. I'm drooling on myself. I got issues, bro.
Just go upstairs to visit your neighbor. Maybe that'll keep you
Yeah,
young.
yeah. Drink from that fountain of youth.
Come on, man. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, I bet.
I hope she's still alive.
You ever seen Kingpin? Woody Harrelson, Kingpin.
Yeah.
Are you? Hey, let me find out you're up. Let me find out you're up there paying rent.
You really jarred something loose there, Tiger.
That movie's hilarious.
I love that movie, man. I introduced it to my nephew. I don't know if my sister was happy about that.
Heck no, she
He
was.
loved it.
Heck no.
Put your nephew on all that bad stuff, huh?
Dude,
Puros
he's in college
mañas.
now. He's in college now.
That
He
don't
can
mean
watch
that don't
some
mean
bad
he ain't
things.
sheltered, bro.
I'm just saying he can watch the bad stuff. I'm not making him do anything bad. He wouldn't even take it. Dude, I offered him a.
Don't
a
admit that.
hard
Don't
split
admit
to
that. Don't
drink
admit that. Don't admit that. Do not admit that. Don't admit that.
it. Man, dude, I don't know how you grew up, but like, dude,
Okay.
Hey,
When he
as a
gets a
kid-
knock at the door, that's on you. That's all you, bro. I try to help.
stop it, man.
Try to help.
Anyway, as a kid, me and my brother and my cousin we go run with my grandpa, and they lived in the country, so like they had to go to Kilgore to get drink. Dude, we get one beer. We're like 10, 11. Come on, man. That's the way we were raised, though.
Now it explains what's wrong with you.
And here y'all go.
You're gonna put yourself in a home in early age.
You're my only
But I don't-
50-year-old in
But,
there.
but what's funny though,
That's
I
probably
don't think any of our parents have really done it.
done what?
Like the people that I'm with and got kids, I don't think they really do it. But I know the people I grew up with, either their grandparents or their parents, everyone let you get a sip, at least.
Alrighty then.
No?
No.
Oh yeah, well I mean going like my uncle. I've been with my uncles like driving down back roads and they're like here, and I was probably like young, but I was like ew.
Nope. I was sheltered, bro.
Do it.
Really?
I was a square. Yeah, I got somebody in that chat who could testify to that.
But I mean, I didn't really even drink it until late in high school. It was like it was probably senior year. I didn't start really like to actually like get drunk. Nah. But I had a sip young, and then I didn't drink the rest of the time until late in high school.
I was playing Apex Legends the other night with a couple of my buddies,
Yep.
and I was like drunk. It was probably like 2 weeks ago. This was before I was sick, and they were like, and like I just like caught myself because one of my buddies joined in on the chat,
Yeah.
and he had like just got in, and then he was like, James, he goes, James, how many you had tonight? And I was like, oh shit, I'm being drunk.
Belligerent.
And I was like, a few. And they just like started laughing. And I was like,
You should have just said
What?
enough.
I just got self-conscious. I was like, oh, fuck, guys. All right.
There it is.
What's Apex Legends?
It's a video game.
Vidgy game.
Well, I mean, like what it
It's a battle royale. Battle royale. It's kind of like Call of Duty
like
and all that.
wrestling or
Nah, you just, I mean, they got like, there's like a team of, there's like 30 teams of 3. So I guess like 60, no, 90. Wait, 30 teams of 3, 90. There's like 90 people on the map. 30 teams, basically. You drop on the map from this like ship, and then from there, last team wins. So
You're like
gotta-
you're like soldiers, kind of.
yeah, you got to strategize, and there's different characters. They got their own abilities, different guns, all that stuff.
dang.
It's even
That seems like
it's,
a lot. I
it's
don't know
even a
about any of
lot
that.
for me. I would admit that it's a lot for me.
But you got because obviously you got to build your character up, right?
Nah, I mean, not on this one. The characters, there's no like advancement in characters. Like it's all just like, I mean, you just got to know how to aim and shoot. Basically, you can get like different skins and different perks in the game, but they don't help like your skill base.
You mean NFTs?
Yeah, they can be considered NFTs. Yeah.
Yeah, that just tells you I play too many sports games. Because that's what all the sports games you got to basically you start.
Oh yeah, my career and all that. Yeah.
Basically.
I get down on 2K also, 2K22. I just recently got 22. I don't really get the
What?
like I don't get like the newest one. I mean, but I might because I put the boys on 22 and that's all they've been playing. They're getting heated in the living room. I had to go in there.
Should we give away some video games? Like, should we give some like sports video games away or?
I mean, you can. Like, I feel like nowadays things are done with, like digitally with like.
So you're saying we should just give away like some kind of
like it would be a code. Like
no. I meant like, should we give away a
I don't know if you
console?
I don't know if you can give away a video game because like you would have to pick a certain. No, I'm just saying you have to pick a certain thing to play by.
Console
System.
Yeah, console.
That's why I said that's why I transitioned to that.
Yeah, so I mean you'd have to because you couldn't even do points. I would say give away points, but yeah. I didn't hear what you said. My bad, man. You know what, Paul?
Should we give away a console? What do y'all think?
Yeah, let's give away a console.
Thank you. James, what do you think?
Yeah. Okay. Why not?
What do we think? What are we saying? How many subscribers do you think we need?
Merry Christmas.
That's a big one, dude.
No, it's not. If we get to a number by Christmas, then yeah, for sure. But what are we talking about? What do y'all think?
I don't know.
Y'all make it up.
Might as well do 200.
Y'all make it up.
200. Nah, you gotta go higher than that for a get.
Really? Oh.
What do you think, Wes?
I'm thinking you gotta go higher than that for a game console. I'm thinking 500.
I like 500. I like 500 subscribers on YouTube. We'll do a video, see if we can give that away. 500 subscribers. What does that mean? What is that? What is that face for, Wes? What's that face for?
Wes, you're gonna have to put in overtime with them selfies.
Oh, that's right. I can't win it, right?
Nope.
That's cool.
He said that's cool. Is it cool? Is it really?
I think I'm gonna buy myself one for
What do you have right now?
service this year, huh?
What do you have right now, console wise?
I'm doing Xbox One.
And what do you play? 2K?
That's the latest game I'm playing, but also, I do a lot. I do mainly sports games. In the past, I've played Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty, but
I bet you're just walking around punching old ladies.
I can't play those games online because I'm not good enough. And I don't even play the sports games online. So I don't know, dude. I just love playing the sports games more. I do 2K, do Madden, I do FIFA, and I do the baseball one, the show.
The show.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I need to buy a console. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Give one away, buy one. I don't have anything. What do you have, James?
PS5.
Nice.
Yeah. Boys have PS. We're Sony.
Yeah.
Although I don't pledge allegiance to anyone. I've had Xbox. I've had both. It's just what I have now. If I could have both, I would. But
I didn't even have a PS4. I've had the last PS3 I got. Last one I got PS3. But I don't have I just don't. I think if I had created content to put online, I would probably. That's what I would need to do for it.
Yeah, I hardly have time for it now. Like it's like I went like almost 2 weeks. I just play Apex, but like I've talked about before, I gotta sacrifice some of my like sleep in order to like get some like enjoyment during the week, you know. Mm-hmm. And I'm not really down for that these days. Although I did, I think it was Sunday. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab me some beer, and I played Apex pretty late.
So that you like to do that? Just grab some beer and play?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I got to just like because I'm so busy, just like with the kids and then doing other stuff that I'm interested in, and that it's just like I'm like, all right, let the boys know I'm gonna be on so we can get together and just bullshit around, talk shit, and kill people online and stuff.
I don't think I could play and drink. That's my.
I probably shouldn't because after a certain point, I'm not worth the fuck.
Yeah.
Then I'm just there for fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Please.
I'm too competitive. Like I don't want to lose.
I'll play 2K and I'll like one of my buddies' house. I really don't go to too often because that's all they do. Like, and I'm like, dude, I can't be in here all the time just playing 2K. But they do that all the time. They just drink and play 2K. I'm like, so if I want to drink and play 2K, that's where I go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right,
Ain't nothing wrong with
9:14.
that.
9:14 after the hour. Anything else y'all got? Say, you look like you have something. James,
No. I ain't got
I should
nothing.
have something.
what do you got,
I'm
Wes?
getting that. I don't know.
What do you got?
I don't really have anything, man. Just been what I mean, what would I have? I think we already went through everything, you know. I've been watching a lot of TV, but it's basically stuff I already been watching, like Dead to Me,
Price is-
Yellowstone.
You look like you
Something
watch
like-
Price is Right in the mornings.
Yeah, I like Price is Right.
Drew Carey.
I've been watching some weird documentaries, not too weird.
Oh yeah.
I watched the one on with the one chick, Casey Anthony.
No. I started watching that. I watched the first episode. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow.
What is
on my
this?
show. Casey Anthony. It's a documentary on Peacock.
Okay.
She finally talks to people. She finally gives an interview for the first time since all of that stuff happened, which was 2008. Was it? No, it was like 2013, I believe.
But what's the significance of this lady?
Casey Anthony.
Don't know.
Really?
She was on trial about 8-9 years ago for allegedly murdering her 3-year-old daughter. Was it, Wes?
What?
3-4-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, young.
They didn't call the
3, 4,
cops
3.
until 31 days had passed. And all of this stuff, her defense, she ended up getting off. And
Really?
yeah. And it's, if you look into the case, it's pretty crazy. But I had followed the case, like stuff like this, like kind of intrigues me, like crime shit like that. And so I had followed it. I remember being in front of the TV when they announced the verdict, and I was like, a piece of shit. And so going back to it, but I was like, started watching it because it's the first time that she's given an interview. If you want to know my opinion, she did it. She did it.
So I want to know your opinion on the whole story. I should tune in to Dark Side of Mike tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just crazy. After a while, I was like, me and my girl, we were looking at each other like, what the fuck are we
Disbelief,
watching?
right?
Yeah,
Just
we're like,
disbelief.
and we changed it like after one episode. Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to watching that tomorrow on Dark Side.
I watched it, dude, and she's blaming it on her dad.
Yeah.
She thinks her dad did it.
That was her whole defense when she was on trial.
And then apparently he's also, I mean, he's got just a spotty record, which when you have a spotty record, you become an easy target. But she claims she was also, by him.
Abused.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And her brother.
She thinks,
And her brother.
She says that her dad did it.
Yeah, well, she put the finger on both of them.
Oh, really?
But I think this is just like part of her defense to get off. So now she's got to ride with it. But it like completely tore that family apart.
Sad
Well,
story.
shit.
Thanks, Wes. Thanks for bringing the sad story to light. Appreciate it.
Dude, whatever, man. I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff too. Y'all didn't act like that.
Gross.
That was way worse.
I don't watch none of that trash.
Dude, I don't know, man. For some reason, it started with that stuff lately. It started when I watched the one about Matt Tateo.
That's Tateo.
That was terrible, dude. Like that was such and that one with me, like it kind of hurt me because I remember making fun of that dude, and by watching that, I felt so sorry for that dude.
Why didn't you feel sorry that you said that about him?
That I made fun of him?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that.
But now
He
that
was
you
bad.
know,
We didn't know the full details.
but now that you know the truth, do you feel bad about it?
Yeah, I feel bad about it.
Okay.
Also because I feel like he was just really too. He was dumb about it. I mean, that's all I can say. He was dumb about it, but I think it's because it's kind of his nature or whatever you could say, but he was just very naive about it. And it was sad that he was that naive.
Maybe he's just that. Maybe he's just that good of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
that's what sucks too. They're like, dude, like,
no, dude, no, it's not that being that good of a person. It's being too naive. No.
So okay, so here's let's compare and contrast.
Did you watch that?
Let's compare and contrast. Yes, let's compare and contrast. You think Tim Tebow would be caught up in a situation like that?
Oh, dude, come on! You can't say somebody's your girlfriend if you've never physically touched or hung out with the person. Stop it! I'm not gonna do this.
Sheltered.
You're gonna try to make me look bad.
Sheltered. The dude was sheltered, bro. And this was in a time, you know damn well, this was in a time when everybody was instant messaging. It's a completely different world.
No. You're not going to convince me. And you just try to make me look like an a-hole in front of everybody.
You were.
This is what you try to do.
You were.
That's that bullshit.
You were.
No, dude. You can't convince me that it was just him being dumb. Just like... not understanding or too naive. I'm sorry, not dumb, but naive. It's not about being too nice. You just don't know, and you're being too naive.
Wes, I love you, man. Stop. You walked right into that trap. Thank you. You did so well. Proud of you. No, I know I'm not going to convince you because you're right. Like, you're a moron if you think that this person is, your lover and you've never even met them or touched them. Yeah, stupid. Anyway,
this is way me holding that. But
sucks for Manti.
The person that took advantage of him, that was ridiculous, and I have no sympathy for that person because there were scenes and there was stuff they talked about that were just like, oh, you're a disgusting person. You're a terrible, terrible person that would go through.
They're a bad human, 100%. All right, fellas. Now that we went from
off the rails.
Yeah, that was weird.
Ooh, I still got to order dinner. It's late.
I'm about to go home and eat.
I have dinner in the microwave.
Yeah, what you gonna eat?
What? Some fucking chili dogs. I'm eating chili dogs.
What he say?
You gonna have them bubble guts.
I'm eating chili dogs.
Have y'all seen this one dude on Instagram? And he's got like an old man gimmick, and he's got these glasses on. He's always looking through the shades, and he's always watching reviews of like people cooking like the weirdest, grossest food. He was like, "Oh, my gut's bubbling," and then he always ends it with like a flatulence, like, "Oh." It's like, dude, that's hilarious.
Did Liver King finally admitted, even though we all knew?
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, yeah, you don't look like that naturally. I'm sorry.
That whole video, that's a grab too for views. The apology video.
Yeah. Click. I never wasted my time on
Me neither.
him.
I never watched any of his videos.
Never watched any of that trash because I was just like, dude, what are you selling?
The first time I saw him, I was like,
what are you selling, bro?
Yeah.
You selling supplements?
Selling supplements, yeah. There he was.
F off. Kick rocks, bro. Take a hike.
You're so mean.
No, I'm not. I'm honest. The truth hurts.
Honestly mean.
The truth hurts. Word.
Honestly mean.
I don't give a. I learned a long time ago, the sooner you don't give a rip, the happier you'll be. The faster you stop having expectations of others, the more happy you will be.
Yeah, true. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, you always call me the bad guy. We obviously, from what you just said,
yep.
Who was the bad guy?
Me.
Yeah.
Say goodnight
to
the bad guy, everybody. Say goodnight. Wes, tell the people what you want, what they need to hear.
Love you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out.
James?
Watch Dark Side tomorrow on YouTube and on Facebook.
Oh, you're late, bro. Yeah.
I don't mean to eat late. It's just what.
So you have the bubble guts.
What happened? Probably.
Everybody, we appreciate y'all watching and tuning in tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this with your people. They might like it. They may hate it. But just get them to watch it. Maybe they'll tune in and maybe they'll see something they love. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter. We're on the TikTok if you happen to be there also. As always, thank y'all for watching. Love yourselves. Love your neighbors. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.